Hello, my friends. We have some exciting news coming down the Kringle Candle pipeline. Their subsidiary brand, Country Candle, will be releasing 11 new candles this Thursday, January 25th at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. In today's video, I wanted to let's just chat about some of these candles that are going to be launched. Let's talk about fragrance notes, and make sure you stay tuned to the end of this video because I am a candle YouTuber on a budget, and I only have room in my budget this month to purchase one more candle. So I will let you know at the very end of this video which candle I am planning to purchase. Now, full disclosure here, I am a Kringle Candle brand ambassador. This video is not sponsored by Kringle. They don't do sponsored content, nor is there any PR in this video. We were notified from our contact at Kringle, we, meaning the entire ambassador group, that there would be no PR sent out for this launch because it is a limited edition release, and they wanted to keep the quantities that they poured for the actual release, which I think is a nice thing to do. I mean, we know how the reserve lines go. You know, some of these launches, they're so quick and you have your eye on something and then you miss it, and it's a little bit of a letdown. So I think it's good that none of us received PR. In some ways, I guess that's a good thing. So yeah, today we are just going to go ahead and chat about these candles. I will make sure that every candle that we talk about, I will have a picture of it appear up here on the screen as I am talking about it, along with the fragrance notes. I will also make sure that I list the fragrance notes and the candles all in the description box down below with timestamps, so that way you can refer back to it. If you hear some fragrance notes in here, maybe you're like me and you listen to YouTube more than you actually watch it and you want to go back for reference. I do have a discount code with Kringle. My discount code is Katie15. It will save you 15% off of your purchase. That is an affiliate code, and I do make a small commission. So if you are comfortable using that code, I want to say thank you very much. But if not, that's totally fine. You're welcome to still be here and watch this video. Let's see, I'm trying to think anything else that I need to cover here before we dive in. Let's go ahead and talk about what format these will be available in. So like I said, they will only be in the country lineup. They will only be in the large jar format. So no medium sized jar, no wax melt, no daylights. These are just, you know, in their one large jar. I believe that those retail for about, I want to say $27, $28. Don't quote me on that. Might be a little bit more. I haven't bought a country large jar in a little while. Let me see. Some of these fragrances are returning, as you know, that's kind of what's been, you know, word on the street, I guess, is that some of these fragrances are returning. So if you happen to know which fragrances are returning, I've only been purchasing from Kringle for about 3 years. Please let us know in the comment box down below. Help out our candle community and let us know if any of these are returning fragrances. In case some of you collectors have some of these candles already in your stash, you might be able to save yourself some money. These are 100% soy wax. These Kringle did decide last year to start reformulating their country style jars into a 100% colored soy wax. And also, if some of you have had some wick issues with your country jars, in these, you know, they're kind of in some like growing stages, I would guess. You know, there's some growing pains as they are launching into maybe some uncharted waters here. I did see that Mick, I don't know if he posted it in the ambassador group or if it was in the regular Kringle group, but he did talk about they are still tweaking the wicks on a lot of these country jars. They are listening to a lot of our feedback about some of those wicks had carbon balling issues, or maybe they got a little bit too heavy or burned too hot, and then we had some sooting. So they have been working with those, and he said that he believes that we will see a great improvement in these new launches. Like I said, these are limited edition. These are not part of their standard spring summer lineup. I believe if I'm going off of just based off of last year's launch, those should be coming out, I would say, in about another month. Last year, those released in late February. So these are not part of their like permanent spring summer launch. So I think I've got all of my bases covered. If there's any extra information, I will have it in the description box down below, as well as the link to the Kringle website, as well as my discount code. So Whew, that was quite the introduction. Let's go ahead and talk about these candles. All right, the first candle that I'm going to talk about is Cape House. Now, this is in a beautiful kind of like baby blue wax jar here. Let's see, the top notes are blooming flowers, mid notes of green leaves, and base notes of fresh air. So I'm holding the iPad here so that way I can kind of get some of these fragrance notes. So this one to me sounds like it is going to be a floral scent. The notes here would kind of simulate that that's probably what's going on. I'm sorry, you guys, I just got my hair done last week and I'm still getting used to like more layers and whatnot. So sorry, it keeps getting in my face. All right, I think that this one may be a returning favorite just from some of the comments that I have read, or maybe just people are really excited about a good floral, as some people are starting to crave spring. I mean, today, I love the rain, but I'm having to deal with some crazy lighting situations here because it is dreary and rainy outside. I love it. But yeah, I think a lot of people were starting to get into the stretch of the year where people are like, oh, winter is really here, and they are craving some spring. And so I think a lot of people are excited about this floral scent. The next fragrance that I have listed here is Fresh and Clean. So this has beautiful white wax. It looks like there are some towels, just a very simple label here. Top notes of clean cotton, mid notes of fresh cut lavender, and base notes of fresh flowers. So this to me sounds like it would probably be for those of you who love a good clean laundry scent. For me personally, I sometimes struggle with cotton fragrances. They can have a tendency to be a little bit headache inducing for me. But for those of you, again, who maybe are looking for a good candle to burn while you're doing some spring cleaning, I think that this one might be a great option for you. All right, the next fragrance here that we are looking at is Caribbean Beach. Oh, nice. Wouldn't it be nice to escape to the Caribbean right now? Fun little side note, I am truly hoping to escape to the Caribbean this year. Really hoping that I would be able to do a family vacation there this summer, but I don't know. I don't know if it's gonna happen. That's why I have to stick to my candle budget to maybe make that happen. Anyways, Caribbean Beach, top notes of fresh pineapple and pear, mid notes of apple and guava, base notes of bamboo and rainforest. All right, so this one to me sounds like, obviously it's gonna be a little bit more tropical, maybe one of those summery cocktail type of drinks. Anytime I see fruits in there like pear and apple and guava, pineapple in there, it makes it sound like it might be just, yeah, tropical vibes. That's what I think of. I really like the color of the wax on this jar. That looks really pretty. I'm kind of having a moment with that, like these like teal green type of colors, seafoam green, marine green, whatever we want to call it. I'm really loving those. All right, the next fragrance that is going to be available is Pink Citrus. Top notes of grapefruit, mid notes of currant and orange, base notes of citrus and peach. All right, so this one, to be honest with you, has caught my eye. First off, the pink wax, how pretty and cute, very bright and cheery for springtime again. Now, I am somebody who likes to burn citrus-based scents. Pretty much as we start heading into like March is when I really start looking forward to those. I live in Arizona, so where I live, spring is done really nicely, and it usually gets an early start. We are usually into spring by late February. We'll have like 70-degree days. Well, actually, we're supposed to have a 70-degree day this weekend, but it becomes a little bit more like par for the course. By late February, early March, we're usually around 75, and so that is when I like to have my windows open and burn some citrus-based candles. The grapefruit note in here, with that being a top note, it does make me a little bit nervous just because I don't always love grapefruit fragrances. Sometimes they come off a little like too pungent to my nose. However, last year, I will tell you, one of the hits of the year that I really enjoyed was that grapefruit and rosemary. I didn't like it on cold sniff, but then when I was burning, I was like, I actually really like this. So that one I am intrigued by. And also, by the way, I'm not bragging about our weather. Just know that come summertime, you guys will all have the last laugh, and I am holed up here in my air-conditioned house until late October when it's still 90 degrees. So There. For those of you who say, oh, quit bragging, well, trust me, we get our turn with bad weather. All right, for all of you gourmand lovers, the next fragrance that I have listed here is Pancake Breakfast. Top notes of caramel, mid notes of French toast, maple syrup, base notes of vanilla, and again, really beautiful wax color on here. It's like this, almost like a cobalt blue color. I really love that. That would actually really fit in with the aesthetic of my home. We've got a label here of blueberries on a pancake here. So this one, to me, I am intrigued by. French toast, maple syrup. It's kind of funny that it's named Pancake Breakfast, but then the mid notes are French toast, which to me, I mean, those are two very different like breakfast foods. French toast to me, I usually make with like a sourdough bread, and it's a little more eggy tasting. The top note of caramel makes me a little bit nervous. Kringle's version of caramel sometimes can come off a little bit burned to my nose. Not in a bad way, not like in like burned food, but kind of like, I always describe it as kind of like wildfire. I don't know why. And I only start to experience that if I let the candle burn for too long. So, but that one does intrigue me. I think a lot of people are going to be interested in that one. Another fragrance that I think a lot of people will be interested in is iced tea. Top notes of tea leaves and honey, mid notes of sugar and peach, and a base note of lemon zest. Now, Kringle does have a couple of tea fragrances already in their lineup, and I really do enjoy both of those. I have tried herbal tea, is really nice. Pairs really nicely with like a lemon fragrance. And then, what is it? Tea Time, which was part of their spring 2023 lineup. That is more of like a chai tea vibe to me. So this one is very intriguing. I know a lot of people really enjoy tea fragrances. I feel like tea fragrances were having a moment last summer. Bath and Body Works released a tea fragrance. Homeworks had some tea fragrances. So this one, I have my interest piqued. The only thing that makes me a little bit nervous is the note of peach in there. If any of you guys have caught my videos where my husband does some smelling with me, you guys will remember that he is not a fan of peach fragrances. So that's one that I might have to be a little bit mindful of. All right, the next fragrance here is Rainy Day. Top notes of pomelo and orange, mid notes of mango and ocean breeze, base notes of tropical fruits and coconut. All right, not gonna lie, again, beautiful wax. That label on there, I do think that the name of this is a little bit interesting. I don't know if they're talking about like the seasonal rains that come down to the tropics in the summertime, because to me, those fragrance notes scream summertime candle, but then Rainy Day, which it is coming down out there right now, I'm not envisioning myself drinking. I think on the label here, it looks like, I don't know what this looks like. At first I thought it might look like some tropical drinks, but the coloring looks a little more tropical. I don't know, something's not adding up with the description on this one. But regardless of what the title is, the fragrance notes are very appealing to me. Again, more citrus and coconut. Oh, this one, this is where I'm telling you, like, I have to keep my goal in mind and staying on budget, because there are a couple of candles in here. It's going to be a little bit difficult for me to narrow it down to just one. But this is one that I will tell you is like on my radar. I like those fragrance notes that are listed. Mango, I'm not always crazy about, but Kringle did do a really good job on a lot of their summer fragrances last year, and so that's why that one has caught my eye. Strawberry Fields, I have a feeling this one's going to be popular, especially with Valentine's Day coming up. Top notes of strawberry shortcake, mid notes of vanilla and fruitcake, and base notes of vanilla and fresh strawberries. Again, kind of like a fuchsia colored wax that we're looking at here, along with a label of some fresh strawberries all over it. Now, honestly here, you guys, strawberry is kind of one of those fragrances that I can take it or leave it. It's not something that I see a strawberry note and I'm like, oh wow, I have to have that. But I have a feeling that this one is going to be popular, like I said, because of the upcoming holiday, as well as I think strawberry fragrances are just really popular among a lot of people, especially it's like a really nice summertime gourmand, spring, summer gourmand. I think people think more summer with strawberries, but that one looks really intriguing. Sunset Sands, so this has a top note of bergamot and lemon zest, mid notes of orange and tuberose, and base notes of neroli and coconut musk. So this again looks like a summertime candle. We've got a picture of just a beach chair. I mean, that right there, that is probably like the happiest place on the planet for me, sitting my booty in the sand on the beach. I love it. I grew up in Southern California, and the beach is just my favorite place, my happy place. This one I'm really, really intrigued by. Now, I'm not sure if this one is going to be perfumey or if it's going to be fresh. Let me know in the comment box down below if you know if this one is a returning fragrance or if this is a new one, because this one has also caught my eye. I am thinking, just looking at these fragrance notes, I don't know why, but these fragrance notes to me are kind of screaming like it would give a vibe, maybe like the, oh, there's body care that I love like this, like maybe Cocoa Paradise from Bath and Body Works, which I didn't love in candle format, but I loved it in the body care. Or maybe that little hint of the tuberose note in there. I'm thinking of the Way St. Bart's cream. If any of you guys have smelled that, oh my word, that is like rich lady on her yacht fragrance. Oh my goodness, it is so, so good. So let me know in the comment box down below if this is a returning fragrance, because that is another one that has caught my eye. All right, another fragrance that I think is going to be popular among floral lovers, especially coming into Valentine's Day, Red Rose. So the fragrance notes on Red Rose are top notes of red roses, mid notes of apples and fruit, and base notes of rose petals. So again, this is kind of more of still in that fuchsia colored wax. It looks slightly more berry toned, I guess, than the Strawberry Fields. We've got a picture of a beautiful red rose on the front there. I'm thinking that this is probably going to be a nice rose fragrance. Rose fragrances are ones that are kind of hit and miss for me. I do have to be able to blend it with more of a gourmand fragrance to tone it down. I do notice some of these, like, I want to say like the noses behind these fragrances are, they mix a lot of them with fruit, which I know my friend Brett, Philly Canaman, is going to be upset about because he hates when they mix pure florals with a fruit. But yeah, I think a lot of people are interested in this one as well. And then the final candle that is listed here is Bamboo. Bright green here. This has top notes of jungle leaves, mid notes of deep woods and fresh air, and base notes of amber and soft rain. So this to me sounds like it's probably going to be kind of like a fresh, maybe more traditionally masculine type of fragrance. I know it's not popular to say those things anymore, but I think I just say it more so that we kind of have a baseline of like what fragrance category it might fall into. This to me looks like it might be like fresh cologne, like a fresh men's like freshman soap or something like that. Who knows? I could be completely wrong, but just kind of looking at the notes there, that's what I'm thinking, what kind of vibe that will be, like fresh, fresh cologne type of smell to it. So I am going to tell you that my heart is really, really torn between purchasing, oh man, there's 4 on here. So the top 4 that have really caught my eye are Caribbean Beach, Pink Citrus, Rainy Day, and Sunset Sands. At the time that I am filming this right now, just like if you were to ask me right now, I think the one that I'm gravitating most towards is Sunset Sands. But then the more that I look at this, Rainy Day is kind of catching up with it. So I don't know which one I'm gonna get. Like, I went into this video thinking like, oh yeah, for sure it's gonna be Sunset Sands. But then as I was reading these notes, I was like, oh, this is gonna be hard to choose. So I'm gonna say Sunset Sands is what I'm going to go with. But Rainy Day is kind of giving me a little bit of a run for my money. So maybe I can talk to the husband and see if maybe if I can pick up 2. And by the way, when I say that, you guys, my husband is not like lording it over me about how much I can spend and stuff. It is a team decision for some financial goals for our family. So I just want to put that out there. He is not like that at all. So Let me know in the comment box down below if you enjoyed this video. Again, I'm sorry that I didn't have them here to sniff for you, but really the main reason I wanted to do this video and get it out for all of you is that I know quite a few of you guys do not do Instagram or Facebook, and I thought that this would be a good avenue for you to be able to hear about this launch going on, because I know sometimes you might really be excited about something, but if you're not on some of those other social media channels or social media outlets, it's really difficult to get this information. I myself took a break from Instagram and Facebook November and December of last year, and it is interesting. It's great to feel a little bit disconnected, but also at the same time, if there's new launches and things coming out, it's hard to kind of stay up with them. So I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, please hit the thumbs up button. I would really appreciate it. Also, again, if you're new and you want to stick around for more candle content, hit the subscribe button. YouTube should be suggesting a couple of other videos at the end of this one that you are free to watch if you would like to see what else I talk about here on my channel. But I just want to say thank you so very, very much for spending your time here with me today. And until my next one, I hope you all go out and have a very blessed day. Bye.